All right, we just got weekly insurance registration numbers, 1,300. Not fantastic numbers at all. Of course, we got the long national holiday, but then at the same time, how come the other guys weren't as affected? Li Auto, they get delivered 7,000-ish. Zeekr actually delivered more than NIO. They had higher insurance registrations, and I said numerous times in my videos that Zeekr is one of the leading competitors in terms of pure EVs. So 1,300, that was down from 4,400 the week before. It's mostly because of two things. First of all, is of course a lot of the customers that NIO is targeting went on vacation, and of course if you're on vacation you can't take delivery of your vehicles. But also secondly is how they sell their vehicles, and NIO is finally doing this, which is what Li Auto and some of the other guys are doing. And that is, of course, selling cars to secondhand dealers, brand new cars to secondhand dealers. They have their own customers, and then the secondhand dealers, of course, they get the cars for a discount from NIO, and they can also sell it, the brand new car, a little bit cheaper, and the secondhand dealer also earned a slight profit. It's a win-win-win situation. Li Auto actually does it best because you can see a ton of brand new Li Autos on the secondhand market, brand new, like less than 30 kilometers on the mileage, and people can buy that if they want a cheaper Li Auto. I mean, selling the cars by any means necessary. And finally, we're starting to see that NIO is perhaps doing this as well, because we're seeing a lot of brand new NIOs also pop up on secondhand dealers. These NIOs are also, first of all, brand new, and then also some of them come with license plates, which is pretty incredible. Now, of course, we have no official verification from NIO that they're doing this. They're not going to say they're doing this, obviously, because then everybody would just go to the secondhand dealers and buy the cars there. Most people still prefer the official channel of getting the car. And it seems from the clues and what we're seeing here in China is that NIO hasn't really taken this to scale yet. So this is perhaps also why the deliveries aren't as impacted by Li Auto compared to the other guys, because the other guys like NIO, etc., might not have that many secondhand dealers selling these brand new secondhand cars. Going forward, this 1,300 number is just a total anomaly. All right, just like 700 for a week back in April. Obviously, that was an anomaly. This is also an anomaly. I personally expect next week's number to get back to normal around 4,000-ish as people get back into the cities and take deliveries of their cars. Because I spent the holiday time here in Beijing. I didn't really go anywhere. I wanted to go somewhere, but decided, you know what, it's too crowded on the highways. We'll just chill in Beijing, explore Beijing a bit more. Even a lot of the management people here in Beijing, they went to a lot of the shopping malls and they saw that, oh my God, I mean, like even the most bustling and crowded shopping malls are empty during the holiday season because so many people in Beijing have left the city. Same can be said for Shanghai, Shenzhen, etc. Now, how does that look for the overall monthly deliveries? Well, NIO had the internal target of 30,000 deliveries for the month of October. I mean, looking at it now, that just seems insane. Seems impossible. There has to be an asterisk on that 30,000 value because they wanted to achieve the capacity, the capability of getting 30,000 deliveries. Whether they achieve it or not depends on how well the team performs. But if they perform at 100%, then they can get 30,000 deliveries, according to the CEO. So it seems like we'll probably not get to 30,000. We'll be lucky if we get 20,000 deliveries. Now, should you guys panic, you guys might think, oh my God, this might be something to do with demand. How come Zeekr has more sales than NIO? What's going on? Look, the demand for NIOs is still very, very high. There's a lot of NIOs being sold. And then also, if you look at the inventory cars are actually quite low. So there's not that many inventory cars for some of the most desired vehicle models. For example, the ES6 and the ES8. Those two cars have not that many inventory cars. And the EC6 is just starting to get deliveries. And we know for a fact that the sales ratio is about 2 to 3 compared to the ES6. So there's going to be a ton of EC6 flowing in through deliveries. We know for a fact that that's going to happen, but that has not played out in the numbers yet. That has not yet happened. So it will happen. So that, of course, will help us get more deliveries. Now, I think NIO is doing the right move of letting secondhand dealers be able to sell NIOs as well, selling to them brand new. And I think this really opens up the market. And I believe this is actually the best strategy for those 6th or 7th tier cities, especially in those rural places. You know, it's not feasible for you to build a store there and have sales reps there. Just sell it to the secondhand dealers brand new and let them sell the car to their customers. I mean, that would be a fantastic strategy. NIO really needs to open the floodgates on this and learn from Li Auto. I mean, Li Auto, they're selling so many cars. I'm telling you, maybe about 20 or 30% of those, and this is just my guess, all right, not financial advice, comes from those secondhand dealers. It's pretty significant. So for the business to business front of selling the cars, they really need to step it up. And if NIO is able to get this going, I mean, all the advantages of owning a NIO is still there, even if you're in one of those smaller cities or villages that perhaps only has one swap station and doesn't even have a NIO store or NIO house. But the moment you drive that NIO out to one of the bigger cities, well, you still have the privilege of all those swap stations that you can use, and also the NIO houses, etc. And if you guys have seen the breakdown of Li Auto's sales and where they sell the most, it's mostly in suburban cities. They actually don't sell a lot in Shanghai. They do sell a decent amount in Beijing, but it's mostly the outer cities, all right? The 4th tier, 5th tier, 6th tier cities. So it's pretty nice, and you guys should really be happy about this, that they're finally doing this, opening up the sales network and just selling the cars as much as they can. I mean, that's all it is, man. You just want to sell cars. And a funny, interesting story is before I even bought my NIO, and I was interested in NIO way back in even in 2018, 2019, and I was in the city of Hohhot. And that city is the capital of Inner Mongolia, but it was considered a 5th tier city in China, and they did not have a NIO store there. They had one sales rep working at a Porsche dealership, and they would be able to talk to you. And even when I went there, I wanted to talk to them. Back then, that person was even there. So it was just like, especially in those smaller cities, it's just back then, all right, back then it was not that prominent. It was very hard for customers to even get to see a NIO. But right now at that city, they have a NIO house there, they have swap stations, they have NIO spaces there as well. But in the even smaller cities, it's just the sales network just isn't there. So they really need to open it up with the second-hand method. Find those smaller cities where it's not worth building a NIO store there and sell the cars to the second-hand dealers. Brand new, a little bit of discount, let them sell the cars for you. That will be a fantastic strategy going forward. Happy to see NIO doing that. I'm not worried at all about these low delivery numbers. Not too concerning. It'll pop back up very soon. Not worried about 1,300 at all, and you guys shouldn't be. It's just an anomaly, all right? Anomaly. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.